Okay, we're gonna hope the controller works. I'm passing the controller to Adam.
I'm in control.
And I'm just gonna hit play. And yeah, just hope it does something. Click to continue. I'm guessing no buttons do anything right now?
Nope.
Okay, once upon a time in a quiet village, there was a little child. Sadly, the little child fell into death's icy grip far too soon.
Wow.
Loving this so far. A little child's spirit began the journey to become one with light. So that's pretty cool, right?
Okay.
But the speed of light was too fast for the small and clumsy little spirit.
Been there.
It was kind of stinky too, if you think about those little swirly clouds above its head. Those are stink clouds. Luckily, the spirit world is full of magical orbs that slow down light.
Wow. Tachyonic.
Yeah, so collect orbs to slow down light to walking speed so you can finally move on. See how many orbs you've collected out of 100 and compare your own speed to the speed of light. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. And
as light gets slower, you'll start to see beyond what humans can typically see due to red shifting.
of course.
I believe. And yeah, these are the controls, theoretically. So we'll see how that goes. Cool, and that's the game. There's a huge old border on this. I'll show that.
it's old.
And it's gone.
There we go.
And you can control. Yay, okay, it's working now. Love that for us.
Oh.
Hopefully every direction's working, not just up. Okay, all right, just making sure.
No, like.
Is it weird? Is it weird?
It's not working.
Oh.
Only sometimes.
I don't love that. Maybe this would have been better with Steam open, actually. Why does it only sometimes
Okay,
work?
left goes up and right goes down.
Okay, all right, let me, hold up.
Left joystick seems to work. I think this might just be like the game.
No, there's we'll be back.
Steam again, huh?
No, not Steam. Okay, the input is right here. Might be just the inputs are super weird. Yeah, honestly, I feel like this would have been better with Steam open, retrospectively, but that's okay. You said movement was fine though, right?
Yeah, left stick was okay.
Okay, so we're gonna try playing again. Loving this. Gotta love, this game is made by MIT, by the way. The university
Like
from
Boston?
the Americas. Yeah. MIT, I don't know where MIT is. I don't live there.
Isn't it Boston, Massachusetts?
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Yeah,
MIT,
because isn't that where that Atlas robot is? Boston Dynamics?
I'll take your word for it. Okay, hopefully this works this time.
I like robots.
I'm just gonna skip through all this because we read it already. So,
All right.
let's hope the game works. Please.
Initiating test. Up, down, left, right, forward, backwards, strafe left, strafe right. We are good.
Okay, yay. Welcome to a slower speed of light. As I said, this game is made by the University Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So yeah, Boston, Massachusetts would make sense.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
This is crazy.
I don't know what's happening there. I have no explanations. But that's okay. As you pick up each of these orbs, your character speed does not increase, but the speed of light gets progressively slower. Why that in particular is happening, I have no explanations. This game is not on Steam.
Why is that rock?
I don't have a good explanation. It doesn't, I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. I feel like that's a glitch. I feel like a lot of this.
All the pop-in is wrong? Like, look at this. Those
think
faraway stuff are
yeah,
closer?
I'm pretty sure this game's not supposed to look like this. Maybe I should like try re-downloading this. I feel like something must have gone wrong. To be fair, I downloaded this a very long time ago. Here, let me see. This game's very short, so maybe just try. We're just gonna close this. We're just gonna try this again. I don't know why it looks like that. I'm gonna guess I did something wrong. I don't see joystick controls, so
Here,
love that for us.
try click on graphics again.
Sure.
Maybe now that I'm wiggling stuff, maybe it'll read it as an input.
Let's try. I might just like, we could try just inputting them manually, see what happens, but I don't see like camera controls. So let's just click play. Maybe I just had an older version of the game or something stupid like that. No, it still looks small and weird.
Still version 1.1.
Yeah, not looking good so far. Yeah, everything still looks super weird. Clicking through this. And we'll see if this works now. We'll see if it just magically
Where are you gonna start this episode?
fixes
Like
itself.
this?
I don't know. Does it look better? Can you move?
I can't move, but
Okay.
the popping seems to be gone.
Yeah. So pros and cons for sure. So here's what I'm thinking. Surprisingly, I think Steam's going to save the day. I'm going to try reopening Steam, which will treat that as a mouse and keyboard. And we might be able to play that way.
2 weeks later.
So ZoinkMeister audience, I used to have a Mitsubishi Lancer, and towards the end of its life, as it was dying,
Please.
I felt like
Work.
like Star Wars, where like each time you make it to a planet,
Can you move?
left stick does not work.
Okay.
But yep.
Right stick totally works for sure.
Yes, because it's a mouse now.
We are almost there. Okay. Let me.
This is so much.
Controller.
This will be a 15-minute game, Adam. It'll be
The game will be quick when it starts. I have no doubts about that aspect. I feel like this whole thing's making it into the episode. I feel like this is the episode.
All right,
now.
if this is the episode, then
Welcome to making a simple game work with
my
Patrick.
favorite episode is like Meisters with this.
I mean, I could just have you. We could swap places, and you could play it on a mouse and keyboard.
I just like having fun with you.
But this is more fun. I feel like, yeah. But no, you tell your story while I fiddle with controller
so
settings.
I used to have a Mitsubishi Lancer, right? Mitsubishi Lancer GT specifically, a weird off variant of that car that was like the displacement of the engine was like 2.4. It had like an aggressively like stiff, sporty suspension for some reason. Just a weird little car. Really liked it. But towards the end of its life, after owning it for like 8 years or so, I got what Star Wars was all about because it was breaking down so consistently. I like felt that like in Star Wars, you know, when like every time they like go to a new planet, like somebody's got to be like, hey, I'm going to go into town to get some parts. That's what it felt like. And that was like my whole life towards the end of that car's life. I would like break down on the side of the road and be like, it's all right. Just, you got any glue? We can get the engine started.
Okay,
Anyways.
so yeah, we can change these. Oh, fun. This is going to be fun. Oh my goodness. You got to be kidding me. Okay.
You got to get him. Get him.
This is hilarious. I can't believe this is going to work. Man, Steam's really going to save the day if this works as well as I hope it will. Okay. Did that just work? So now the left stick is WASD. So if I like open a notepad and press up, it does WASD.
Very strange. Okay.
Man, I love Steam. It is so helpful.
It's such a bad god awful spot.
It's literally saving the day right now and letting us
we'll see.
jerry rig our way into making this game work.
You just wait, Big John.
If this works, you have to admit that this is magic.
You said magic. I prefer sorcery. Like it's bad. The bad guys.
I didn't say it was a good magic. It's an evil magic, but by golly, isn't magic.
It's like, look, do you want your friends back or not? Like,
Yeah.
so when you say you could bring my friend back, like they'll be the
Wow,
same?
it works. Not well, but it works. It undeniably works. I cannot tell you how floaty this game is, though. I'm gonna hit left just for everyone's sake.
played it.
I
Yeah,
know they don't know at home though.
Oh, okay.
Hitting left in 3, 2, 1 now, and that's when you're up to speed. So, right, left. Now moving left, right. Now moving right. So as you can see, when Adam's trying his best to make it through this game is not built by game developers. It's built by
A bunch of
MIT
students.
kids. So here's the controller back. The game works now.
Look, this rock isn't flying this way anymore.
Thank you, Gabe Newell, for saving the day. Or what's his name? Is that his name?
Yeah, he's
Gabe
the money guy.
Yeah. Thank you for being the greatest and fixing the computers for the rest of everyone.
Okay, all right. Now you're just trying to give him props. He absolutely does not fix computers.
Look, this game would not have worked if it weren't for Steam functionality, all right?
I mean, it should have. That has nothing to do with Gabe Newell. We're like forcing a new like fix, but I mean, he didn't like fix it. You notice how the color shifts?
I'd say that he fixed.
Pretty cool.
Right, so yeah, so what this game does, every time you collect an orb, it slows down the speed of light so that what you can see is different because light acts differently depending on things such as the Doppler effect and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People who've heard of the Doppler effect, typically with sound, in case it's like kind of vaguely jogging your memory. Doppler effect is when like a vehicle is coming at you and it sounds
Ooh, look,
higher
the colors
pitch.
have like really shifted now.
Yeah. So if you look actually, so like move.
Oh my God, this game is really floaty and it glitches.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressively.
Go backwards real quick. Like just try walking straight backwards. So you see how the distance is red shifted? Now start moving forward.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so now you can see the distance is like green or blue shifted or whatever. It's kind of interesting. So anyway, Doppler effect is like as something's moving closer towards you, the sound of it will sound high pitch, and then as it's moving away, it'll sound lower pitch. So like a car might sound like, you know, I'm sure people at home have experienced that, right? You know what I'm talking about, right, Adam?
Yeah, of course.
To work with me here, I don't have an audience. Yeah, and it's like lower pitch as it goes away. Same thing's happening here. So what we're doing is we're slowing down the speed of light so that as we move forward, light gets crunched into smaller wavelengths from our perspective. And so it appears to be more blue and violet. And as we get further away from things, light appears to be stretched out. And so it's getting more into the red and infrared spectrum. And so you can see
so floaty.
Yeah, so you can see at the bottom here, you see the little eyeball? Wow, you're almost at 100. This game's almost over. Do you see the little eyeball here?
In the middle?
Yeah, what we're seeing, if you stop moving for a second.
Very hard to stop moving.
Yeah, as best you can. You see how our visible light is showing from red to purple, the entire visible light spectrum?
Yes.
As we're moving closer to the speed of light, you can see we're seeing a lot more of the infrared that we wouldn't normally be able to see.
Yeah.
And so our vision is actually expanding to include more of the visible spectrum because of the compression of the light waves, because of how close we are, our speed is relative to the speed of light. So it's really, really cool demonstration of like practical physics in like a not great game, admittedly. But
I'm stuck.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
There you go.
But still, cool game though, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It like teaches physics concepts in such a unique way.
So I didn't know the name of this game, but I have seen it before.
Oh, you have? Okay.
On Veritasium.
Oh, really? Okay. I did not see this. I saw this. Jacksepticeye, I think, played this forever ago when it like probably was newer. I didn't know that Veritasium actually showed this off at some point.
Yeah.
But it's a great game. Oh, so now if you look, look, it's actually completely behind you, or black behind you, because you're moving faster than the speed of light. So the speed of light can't catch up with you, and so you can't see anything if you walk backwards. You don't have to like turn around. You can literally just like hold back on that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, like you can only see like things in the ultraviolet range and stuff like that, because those
visible light is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's so cool. It's such an amazing demonstration. It's really interesting. So you can just see like the funguses and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah, fungus among us. So yeah, and so as you can see, we can already see the entire infrared spectrum because those are the longer wavelengths, and so they travel further. But the ultraviolet we can't get into until we can compress it far enough for our eyes to be able to detect that light range as violet. So we need to get closer to the speed of light.
Very cool concept. It's actually how the James Webb Telescope is able to see much farther than stuff like Hubble and stuff, because it sees in infrared and then uses a series of, I'm sure, really complex like machine learning steps to like bring it back down to the visible spectrum.
Or up into the visible spectrum. Into the infrared, yeah. And so if you look in the bottom right, so in the bottom left, that's how many orbs we've collected out of 100, pretty straightforward. We talked about the middle already. In the bottom right, you can see our character speed. It's the little brown dial, and then the white dial is the speed of light. So as you can see, the speed of light's getting slower and slower, and so our character speed is getting relative to the speed of light, closer to the speed of light. And so we are not moving faster, we're moving the same speed, but light's moving slower, and so it looks different for us. So it's pretty cool. And this experience is very short. I don't know how long the actual thing's going to be. That's why I'm gonna throw in a lot of the technical difficulty stuff, because otherwise I don't think there's much here going on. It's just a cool little tech demo. There we go, we can almost see, there it is, we can see the whole thing. So before you pick up too many more, yeah, look at that. It's just complete blackness behind you. Because we're so close to the speed of light at this point. And yeah, we're seeing a lot of the ultraviolet range in front of us. It's very interesting, very trippy. Such a cool little thing. What happens if you go like straight to the right or left? Just like...
That's straight,
yeah, right? So you can see the spectrum. See how it goes red, green, orange, whatever. You can see like it looks like a rainbow sideways.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Right, yeah, so it's very cool.
It's backwards and then forwards.
Wow.
I'm stuck. Yeah,
it looks like
this game is so slippery, it's crazy.
This is what I imagine Mario sees whenever he has a star power.
Oh god, it's this?
Luigi!
It hurts!
There's one there. Oh my goodness. So now they're a bit scattered. There's only 4 left, but this is a very small area, so they're not difficult to find. Yeah, there's another one right there.
Just the game's so floaty. It's like mostly the
Yeah, no.
controls you have to
It's
fight.
yes, and I think they built it that way on purpose, just so that the game wouldn't end too quickly, because otherwise the game's really, really short. And so I feel like they make. Oh, those are the last two right there, on your right. Yeah, you got it.
It's so close.
Oh,
My friend Gazorpazorp was trying to explain this to me the other day.
Go on.
It's a fourth dimensional being.
Oh, of course, yes. I love conversing with my fourth dimensional friends. Yay, you collected 7 minutes. That took you 7 minutes. Remember when I said the game would take like 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I said 15 to 20. We're literally at the 20-minute mark on the recording. So, yeah, so now you can go the speed of light without any of the shifting, color shifting. And so instead we're seeing a Doppler effect in terms of like
Space
physical,
being warped around you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Physical space warping.
Oh.
So it's cool. It's interesting because things that are closer to you will look like it takes longer for things that are further away for the light to reach you. So that's why the warping. So like this little tall structure is really helpful because the top of the structure is really far from you, whereas the bottom is really close. And so the light at the bottom can get to you much faster than the light at the top can. And so the top looks like it's further away than the bottom does.
All right.
It's just taking time for light to catch up with you.
Let's do a straight shot. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Man, I really wish. Oh, I died? Is that what happened?
Yeah, remember the whole plot of this game is that you're already dead. You're just trying to ascend as a spirit. You have to become one with light. And so in order to do that, you slow down light so that your speed can catch up to light.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cute game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that experience. I mostly want to share it. It's like I mean, we're at the end of the game. This is the entire game. So we can review this as like the way we would any other game. I mean, this is you completed a slower speed of light.
Honestly, this is probably the best game I've played since XO1.
It like really captured that ball sphere. What do we call it? Sphere and disc
Yeah, disc and
gameplay.
ball.
It's really just the greatest thing of all time. But no, seriously, I mean, so even though this isn't a very good video game in a video game sense, it is a good experience, right?
Very good, like a demonstration.
Right. It's more of an
it-
art piece than it is like a traditional video game.
Yeah. This is like a really good, like, you watch a video on like shifting light and like things that happen as you approach. There's actually a bunch of really cool videos on what happens, like the close, like this is still impossible, right?
Yeah.
But really cool videos on what happens as you approach the speed of light. From like a photon state.
Yeah.
Like they just exist, right?
Yeah.
Like from the point of existence to the point of when they run into something.
Yeah.
But we experience that as time. Or not that as time, but the way we see light.
If I can find the Veritasium video where he talks about this, I'll try to link it, in the annotations. But the other thing I'd like to link in the annotations, if we haven't talked about it already, is the idea of flat geometry versus like curve space. Remember I showed you that video on
non-Euclidean geometry.
Non-Euclidean geometry, thank you. That's another thing. I wish there's a VR game for that, but I don't think there's like a non-VR game.
Oh man, that was really disorienting.
Yeah, so I'll try to also link that as well for you guys to check out. Non-Euclidean geometry is very interesting, which is pretty funny because we like basically proved through science that space is like quote unquote flat, or it's Euclidean is the better way of saying it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny when you look up like, well, what would non-Euclidean space look like? And you're like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely not how space works. So it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I can see why we have Euclidean geometry.
Yeah, it's very strange.
so
like
yeah.
a very rudimentary summarized way to look at life is like space is flat and then things can just kind of warp that space.
Right.
So like when things are in orbit, they're still going straight. They're just the space around whatever they're orbiting has been warped, so they're still going straight.
Yeah, it's wild. So all that crazy physics, astro stuff is Adam's kind of getting into some of that as he goes through his academia here, I think.
My hero.
So I figured this would be a fun time to like
Rocket Man.
Yeah, show this off, talk about it a little bit. So that's the game though, where I'm just stalling honestly at this point. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I've been pushing, the whole reason we did this is because Superliminal and Marquette, or Maquette, you know what I'm talking about. Those two games I wanted to get to, I wanted to do this one first. And so, yeah, that's what I was like, let's hold off on those because I first want to show off Slower Speed of Light because this one's the oldest of those games. Very different style, but all these just kind of like messing with space and stuff like that. And time. Okay, I don't know how to quit the game, so. Hey, I'm just gonna hit this.
There we go. What happened?
Oh, awesome. What happened? You see what happened?
Make everything as simple as possible, but not simple.
Albert Einstein. In a slower speed of light, the speed of light slows down and every orb you pick up. It is impossible for you to reach the speed of light, but certain relativistic effects become more visible as you get very, very close.
You did like Timmy from South Park means like
I am doing a South Park character, but not Timmy. That's the oh man, I don't remember the kid's name, but I'll find it. I'll put his name on screen. I'll show a picture of him doing a thing of relativistic Doppler effect. Light behaves like a wave, and different wavelengths appear as different colors. As you and other objects move around, the wavelengths of light changes, appearing redder or bluer to your eyes. Some light becomes infrared or ultraviolet, which your eyes cannot usually see, and other invisible sources of light will become visible. So you can see the infrared spectrum up here versus the ultraviolet spectrum down here. It's pretty neat. The little character sees heat. So yeah.
yeah.
That's why we weren't seeing the ground, because it was cold, but we were seeing the living objects. They were hot. It was infrared. Searchlight effect. Moving left, the objects on the left are brighter than objects on the right. So you can see how these are brighter, these are darker. Light also behaves like a stream of particles called photons. When you run towards a stream of photons, more photons hit you and the objects become brighter. This effect is also known as relativistic aberration. I don't know why the next button's up here. Light always moves at the same speed. So if the speed of light is constant, then the distances and times in the world around you have to warp. Your time is different from the time in the world, time dilation, and your distances are different from the distances in the world, the Lorentz transformation. You have to be much closer to the speed of light to notice the more dramatic effects of Lorentz transformation compared to the Doppler and searchlight effects. At the end of the game, the Doppler and searchlight effects are removed to make the Lorentz transformation easier for you to see. Pretty neat. Runtime effect, how beautiful. Normally light is extremely fast, but it still takes time for photons to reach our eyes. When you look at anything, you are actually observing incoming light from some time in the past. The farther you look into space, the further you look into history. This is easily noticeable when you look at objects moving relative to yourself. Objects normally beyond your field of view can become visible when you move near the speed of light as you see them as they were in the past. Yeah, these little cartoons here. How beautiful. I wonder if they're dead. Lincoln's been shot. Photon, for something so bright, you are so slow. Oh no. Acknowledgements, color science consulting, relativity visualization, and of course, Albert Einstein, Zur electrodynamic Körper, yes, of course. And then Annalen der Physik, of course. And that's it. That's the whole thing. That's the game.
Was that Albert Einstein's like dynamic whatever, just in German?
Probably, yeah, his paper was called that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, goodbye for real.
Bye.